Hello everybody, you're here with Rambo and this is Rambo's Tips. Today I'm going to give you the 8 best top tips for Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 online. Right then guys, everybody knows that Pro Evolution Online is an absolute minefield. It isn't like FIFA where you can just come on, play the game and whoop some ass. Unfortunately on Pro Evo, you have to know what you're doing. So I've got 8 tips here today that hopefully are going to help you become a better player. Right then guys, tip number 1 is learn how to navigate the menus and learn how to change your tactics accordingly, because sometimes your games aren't going to be going the way you want them to go. You need to learn how to set up your team in a way that you like to play, and you can do that on Pro Evolution. It's not like FIFA where everything is just already done for you and every team plays the same. And no, on Pro Evolution, if you want to play a certain way, you can find out how to do it by looking in the menus. There's already some excellent tutorials online. I highly recommend checking out my basic tactics tutorial that's on my channel. Okay then guys, tip number 2 is learning what defensive system the opposition is playing. Now, if you've been playing FIFA, you will know nothing about this, but I'm concentrating on people that want to learn how to play this game. So there are 2 types of defensive systems on this game. You have people that are going to pressure you, and every time you get the ball, 2 or 3 of their players are going to be trying to get the ball off you straight away. Typically, when you're playing this type of opponent, you want to be counter-attacking. You want to be playing long passes to try and expose them because their defensive line is going to be very, very high up the field. The second system is all-out defense. When people are playing all-out defense, it typically means they're going to have 11 men behind the ball at all times. Their players aren't going to be running towards you when you've got the ball. They're going to be running to where the ball is going. Now, a very good player is going to mix these 2 styles. Most people don't. Most people will pick one style or the other. If they're using frontline pressure, they're going to have a very high defensive line. You want to counter-attack, get the ball over the top of them. If they're falling back, then you want to pass and keep control of the ball, stay away from the sprint button and just dominate the game. Try and get your 70-80% possession and dominate the game. 1-2s, quick passing, and that is the way to beat that system. As you go on, you will learn straight away. I can tell within 2 minutes when I'm in a game what system they're going to be using, and you need to be able to learn to do that as well. It will make you a better player. Okay then guys, tip number 3, do not be afraid to defend and counter. Now I say this because typically, and I was a big fan last year on 2015 of just dominating games, playing massively attacking football, and just trying to get 70% possession, 90% passes completion, 20 shots on goals, and just dominating people, breaking their will, making them cry. That's what I like to do last year. This year you can't do it because through balls on this year's game are too accurate. So if you play a very, very high line, you're going to get punished, especially if you're any other team than Bayern. If you play on the halfway line, you're going to get punished. So my tip number 3 is don't be afraid to defend and counter. If the game is not going well for you, do not be afraid to stick 11 men behind the ball, get everyone behind there and counter and try and bring them into your half so you can attack them on the break. Right then guys, tip number 4, mix it up. Does what it says on the tin guys, mix it up. Pro Evolution is all about tactics, it's all about styles. Now, if you're under pressure and you're losing a game 1-0, 60 minutes have gone, you're playing awful, you've got a choice. You can spend the last 30 minutes continuing what you've done, or you can change it up. What I would say guys, mix it up every single time, because the definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So as such guys, I recommend even after 40 minutes, even after 35 minutes, if you can see that the game isn't going into your favour, change it. Go into your tactics menu and pick a different style. Right then guys, tip number 5, this is a strange one, but be prepared for defeat. And I know it's horrible, you're like, what are you giving me a tip telling me to be prepared for defeat for? Well, this is true, guys. It doesn't matter how good you are on Pro Evolution. Unless you are picking Bayern Munich, you are going to see a lot of defeats in online multi-divisions. And the simple reason for that is there's a few teams that are very overpowered. And if you use Arsenal, or if you use Chelsea, or if you use Liverpool, when you play Bayern Munich, you're not going to win 80% of your games online. That's a fact. Even the best players in the world will not be winning 80% of the games online if they pick Liverpool. So guys, you have to make a choice. You want to be a good player with Liverpool who's going to win 50% of his games or 40% of his games, or do you want to go as Bayern Munich and pick 80 and win 80% of your games? But obviously you may lose a bit of your soul if you do that, but some people are prepared to do that, guys. So just letting you know, be prepared for defeat. Don't get angry, don't get rage. I did that before. The first couple of weeks in this game, I was playing Bayern Munich every week, every game, and I was getting smashed, and you know, I was getting angry, you know, and when you want to start throwing the controller at the TV, if that's how it's making you feel, go make a cup of tea or play something else, guys. Do not bang your head against a wall thinking that you're going to beat Bayern Munich 60-70% of the time, because you aren't. Right then, tip number 6, and this is something completely different, but quite an important tip actually. If you're fed up playing online divisions, there are other ways of playing this game. You can have friendly lobbies. One thing that I'm doing at the moment is I'm in a forum called Pro Evolution Network. And the idea with this is you have transfer budgets, you make your own teams, you play like-minded individuals who are not going to be spamming the ball. Nobody has Ronaldo, nobody has Robin, nobody has Benzema's. It's just a great game with fair players. And guys, feel free. They're always looking for new players. So go on to Pro Evolution Network, start posting, make some friends, and find like-minded people that want to win, but they don't want to win at all costs. And I think that's a very important factor. So tip number 6, guys, check out Pro Evolution Network, make some friends, add me online. I will give you a game anytime you like in a friendly lobby with 4-star teams, and we'll have some fun. Right then, guys, tip number 7, and this is a tip that took me a good while to work out, and I still don't do it enough, but this is a big one. Clear the ball. Clear the ball, guys. Clear it. When you're in defence and you're John Terry, and on previous games you used to just be able to mess around a bit and pass it around the back, you can't do that on this, guys. If you mess around at the back, they're going to take the ball off you, they're going to score, and that's it. They're going to knock you off the ball. You're going to be 1-0 down. You're going to be angry, and that's what's going to happen. When you're in defence, if you're under pressure, don't mess about. Don't think you're Neymar. You're not. You're John Terry. Hoof the ball into touch, and I guarantee you, in the long run, you will definitely improve as a player by hoofing it sometimes. Right then, guys, tip number 8, and I think this is probably the most important tip out of all of the tips, but this is know your player. And I see so many people in online divisions that don't. What I would suggest is if you have a team that you play with regularly, learn what the players are like, what their skills are, and very, very importantly, especially with offensive players, learn what their best foot is. Because there's no point playing with a left-footed player like Podolski and shooting on his right foot. Podolski has one of the best left foots in the game, but if you cut inside with him and shoot with his right foot, you're going to be wondering why it keeps going over or keeps going wide, or the goalkeeper keeps saving it. It's because you're using his wrong foot. It's very important on this game. Also, in terms of finesse and skill and style, do not expect Theo Walcott to be able to pick the ball up deep and dribble silkily, because that's not what he does. He's a pace master, but he's got a touch of a rapist. So guys, my tip is know your players, know what they're good at. If you've got a player who's good in the air, play to that strength. If you've got a player who is quick, play to that strength. If you've got a player who's got good trickery, learn some tricks. Okay then, guys, that is my top 8 tips for Pro Evolution 2016. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.